Hey friends, welcome back. I've got another review for you. This one's a big one. This is, I'm gonna give you a few seconds. You probably already know the name of it. This is the Millennium Falcon. Yes, the iconic Falcon. I want to say this is like the sixth one that they did. I don't know. They've been doing them for years. I think all of them have held up incredibly well, except for the original. That one's pretty much trash, from 1999 or whatever. That one's bad. Anyway, if you're not sure which Falcon this is, if you can't tell by the figures, this is the Force Awakens Millennium Falcon, or Episode 7. It's the 2015 one. So I understand that this is not the best version. It's kind of subjective. Some people prefer the Episode 9. Some people prefer the Episode 5 one that came out in 2004 or 5. Some people prefer, the 2011 based on episode 4, I think. And this is from 2015, so this is a decade old, which is really sad to say. And same for the film. But yeah, this is the Millennium Falcon. This is the Force Awakens one. You can kind of tell because it's got the rectangle dish. It's got the rectenna, the square one, and it has a lot more damage compared to the other one. The one that came out before this was the 2011, which was pretty clean. I honestly was tempted by that one, but it just looked too simple. And I looked at this one, and I know I love the movie. I love the version of this. I just think it's really great. It comes with 7 figs, which is nice. We'll look at those before we look at the ship. And it's a big ship. This is a big set. This is like 1329 pieces, so it's a lot. It's a lot of pieces. Pretty much all the Falcons have been big sets. I mean, aside from the original, which was like under 700 or something like that, it was like 650 or something. I don't know. It was. It's like the original Falcon was pretty bad, but I mean, no, it's not bad. It's just the weakest. Anyway, yeah, we'll move the ship a little bit so we can take a look at the minifigs. They're all pretty appropriate to the movie. We get Han Solo. Of course, this is Old Man Han because this is episode 7, so he's much older. I think he's in his 60s at this point. He's either that or 70s, whatever. He's got a great look. He's pretty much like he's got a new torso, new jacket, as he says in the film. He's got a great gun belt, and he's got his gun, of course. Gray hair and gray eyebrows, just an old look. Um, he looks pretty similar to the 2014 Han, except it's a little bit different. He's got more wrinkles, more age. He has a second face. He's like the crooked smile, like he's swindling someone. Great jacket. The detail is amazing with this. Like it's so good. The only bad part, I guess, would be the skin printing. It's a little bit faded, but it's fine. Great look, matches him perfectly. I like to give him the scowl because Harrison's always got that, grumpy look as Han. So, fantastic minifig, great version of him. I think you can get another old Han. I think it's in the Rathtar Escape. That's the only other site you can get the old Han, and I'm pretty sure it's a different face, a set of faces, but it's same point. Next up is Chewbacca. This one is not new. The only thing that's new is his weapon, the bowcaster. You can actually fire it. It's got the stud in there. It's super cool looking. And he's got nice fur, brown with some tan fur, nice eye design with the fangs and the nose as well. He's kind of cheating because he's got the sandwich board piece. So this is just one piece and it goes over the torso. Great printing on the legs too. Great figure, just not one of my favorites. Like Chewbacca's never been a favorite like minifig. Great character, but I just never like he's never been a favorite minifig for me. But good fig, great fig to have with Han, of course. Next up is Rey, Daisy's character. Great minifig. She has the gun that Solo gives to her on Takodana. And she's got her pretty much it's the same Ray that came in the speeder set. I think it's the exact same, which is not that's not bad. Great set of faces. I love the hairpiece. The hairpiece is perfect for Ray. Like she's got the triple bun design on the back. It's so good. She's got great printing, great design for her uniform. She's got like a lot of robes that she wears on Jakku. And it's funny, Jakku is kind of like a running joke which is really funny. Great face. I gave her the scowl because they're fighting pirates, and also trying to avoid TIE fighters. Second face, a little bit more happier. I definitely prefer the angry face, but it's up to you. Great printing, and pretty awesome fig. And next up is Finn. Finn is great. He's pretty much looks like John Boyega. He's got a long gun. He's got Poe's jacket, where he's pretty much stole it from the wreckage of the tie. Great detail. Look at that. There's so much printing, like so much detail with this. It's kind of insane. He's got his stormtrooper, suit on, or the stormtrooper sleeve underneath the jumpsuit. Great printing on the back. He does have two faces. He's got a worried face, and he's got like this serious look. I feel like a smile would have been better. Definitely older or newer Finns have the smile face, which I don't know. I feel like those are better. Great hairpiece. Great fig. At the time, this was the only way you could get him, so you had to buy the most expensive set to get Finn. So, it's what it is. And next up is BB-8. Great minifig. He's not really a minifig. He's like a baby fig. Kind of. He's a droid. So he's got two pieces, if it will focus. So he's got two pieces. One of them is the head, one of them is the ball. Great printing. Look at this. It's so crisp. There's so much printing. There's so much, like, level of detail with this tiny piece. Like, it's so good. It matches him perfectly from the film. Amazing figure for sure. I didn't actually have a BB-8 before, so that's kind of nice to get him. And he doesn't really roll. He just he has a stud on the bottom. So yeah, great fig though. He's very small. Like if you compare like Ray and him, it's like he's pretty small, but that's fine because that's how he was in the movies. So great fig. He doesn't really do much, but it's still a great design for sure. And next up is Tasu Leech, one of the pirates. He's the leader of the Kanji Club gang, or Kanji Club, when Han doesn't pay them, and they're in the freighter, and the two gangs show up, and they almost kill him, but then the Rathars eat most of their crew. So this is the leader. He's got a great design. He doesn't speak basic. He speaks a different language. I'm not sure the language. I'm kind of rusty, but he's got a great gun. It's like the old-fashioned pirate pistol. It's so cool. And he's got the Qui-Gon hair in black. Great design for his body armor. It's very cool. He's got back printing as well. He does have two faces. One of them is this angry look. I gave him this angry look. And there's this normal look as well. Great design for the outfit for these guys. Great character. And last up is the Kanji Club gang member. This one's pretty sweet. Honestly, I think this is my favorite fig of the whole set, just because of how unique he looks. He's such a a standout character. Like in the movie, he doesn't do much, but in the fig, it's actually really awesome. There's just so much going on with his outfit. Like his look is so different from everyone else. He's got the pirate old-fashioned musket rifle, really cool. He's got a beanie, one eye, got a very nice mustache with a goatee. Great outfit. Look at this. There's so much printing. Like they didn't have to go so hard for this one pirate. Like why? It's great. No second face, which is fine because he has the ginormous eye patch. So why would that wouldn't really work, right? If it will go back on. Okay, there. Great printing on the back as well. This is my favorite. Such a cool fig, and this is the only way you can get him. Same with Tasu Leech. Those are kind of the exclusives for this set. But those are the minifigs. They're great. I think I might actually add a few more to the set in the future. I'll explain that in a different video. But yeah, you get obviously Han, Chewie, Rey, Finn. BB-8 is iconic, and then you get the two pirates, which is great. Although the pirates never interact with the Falcon. Like they're never they're nearby, but they're never in it. So it's a little. I guess Lego was trying to figure out a way to include them without making it too odd. I don't know. Regardless, those are the figs. We'll set them aside for now. And we'll take a look at the Millennium Falcon, which, as BB-8 rolls around. This thing is massive. Probably one of the more big sets that I've gotten. Because it's very wide. It's a very wide ship. And it's got a lot of weight to it. It might be about 3-4 pounds, give or take. So it is a bigger one. And it's a beautiful model. This is based off of episode 7, so a lot of the details have kind of changed. It's obviously older by the time we get to 7, because there's like 30 years between 6 and 7, about. So, yeah, the Falcon, fun fact, was actually owned by several other people before it got back to Han. So, Duquesne had it, the Irving boys then had it, then Unkar Plutt had it, and then Ray had it briefly, and then it goes back to Solo in 7. So it's been through a lot of people, a lot of space pirates and bounty hunters and smugglers and all sorts of shady people have taken this thing and run it into the ground. So, yeah, this has a lot of details. Look, like, compared to the 2011 Falcon, that one was pretty much all light gray. This is like tan, red, dark gray, light gray. You got like dark red and like all this junk. Like, it looks so old, which is fair because this ship is ridiculously old by the time we get to Force Awakens. So yeah, this thing is, it's gonna be kind of hard to show you because this is so big. Like, it's very hard to capture it. Um, it has a number of great features, like a ton of great stuff going on, like a lot of stuff that is very interactive, which I love. Um, and it's really nice. It's got some really nice details. We'll just start from the outside, I guess. We'll just start. They got the cockpit, which is great. You can fit 2 people. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Great design for the glass. It's pretty secure. And you've also got the mandibles at the front, which got a nice pair of lights, and it hides another feature. We'll talk about that. And we have just a lot of like angled plates. One of the weaknesses of this design, they've improved it in the 2019. There's a lot of gaps you can kind of see. Like, it's because it's like all these different plates that are segmented and kind of like rotated to make a circle. I think it's fine. The gaps don't bother me, but I could see the gaps really bothering people, like, it like in a bad way. So it's up to you, of course. But there's just a lot going on, like a lot of tan, a lot of like sand detailing, and just like rusted old piping and like grills and all sorts of junk and like paint scuffs and battle marks. I mean, this thing has been through so much. It's kind of awesome. There's got some vents on the front, or on the top, sorry. And there's the gun turret, of course, the quad laser cannon. There's 2 of them. We'll get to that. Nice stickers. There's about 25 stickers, maybe more than that. There's a lot. There's a lot of stickers, which doesn't bother me. I like putting stickers on, but again, I could see it bothering someone. So, tread lightly. Great detail on the back. There's like so many vents, and you can kind of angle them. There's like these nice slope pieces. And obviously on the very back is the engine, the sublight engine. In this case, it's actually a tube that's like trans blue, and it goes all the way around, kind of in between like a sandwich on the back. Very nice detail. I also like all the dark red. There's a lot of dark red on the top, which is really nice. Well, just lots of cool details on the sides too, like these telephone pieces, and then you've got like clips and studs and this nice rounded section over here. I think this is supposed to be an escape pod. I think these sections are supposed to be escape pods. I think on the 2005 Falcon, these actually came out, but on this one, they're just for show, which is fine. And obviously, the most iconic feature of this version is the satellite dish, or the rectenna. In this case, it's rectangle because it's been replaced, because the original Falcon antenna got, it got like, flew off during the Death Star, the second Death Star run, Orlando, basically knocked the whole thing off, which was really funny, but also kind of sad. So either someone replaced it, or I think maybe, yeah, I don't know, Duquesne or someone replaced it. Great design. You can angle that. It's on a ball joint, so you can just move it all around. It's on a sticker on this nice piece, so that's kind of cool. I like these railings, really nice. Lots of grills and vents and stuff. One of the best features actually is on the front of these mandibles, you can notice this little bulb, this little red bulb. Well, those are missiles because, of course, the Falcon needs to have weapons. And I like that this version has the spring missiles because I don't know, it just has a nice function to it. Because the 2011 one had like these really lame missiles that you had to push out, and it was so bad. It was so lame. Like, it did not work very well. I assume because the flick missiles are kind of hit and miss. But the good thing about these is that they are very powerful, they can shoot really far. So to access them, you can kind of see the red tips right in there. You got these circle details right here. These ones are blank with black bricks, but these ones are open, so you can just essentially you just push down. There you go. Fires them off. Again, you have to be a little bit careful because these are very powerful. Like, you got to be gentle. You got to be, precise with these things. But they're really easy to load back in. All you got to do is just line it up, and once you hear this, there you go. You're all good to go. And that's great. I like the fact that they just kind of act as lights, but if you want to fire at someone, you just push down in that hole. So that's cool. That's really nice. Although it's a little bit weird that you push down instead of like flick something, but whatever. It's a very nice feature. But yeah, other than that, there's not anything else on the top. On the bottom, there's actually landing gear, which is really nice. Although this is my first complaint, it's really not that big of a... It's not really that big of a complaint. Like, it's not game breaking. But the landing gear is permanent. Like, you can't... Obviously, you can take them off, but there's no way to retract it. I just feel like it's kind of annoying. Like, you're seeing the Falcon, you're flying it around, and you see these landing gear. It looks so bad. Like, why are they sticking out? Like... As long as you look at the Falcon like this, okay, from the top, it's great. But as soon as you look at it from the side or the underside, you can see the landing gear, and it looks not the greatest. But you know what? Whatever. It's fine. They're very secure. Like, they are not going well, as I take one out, they're very secure. Like, they're very stable. They're only connected by 2 pins each, just Technic builds, which is fine. So, I would have liked for them to retract, for sure. Like, it definitely would have been nice. I don't think any Falcon has retractable gear. So, except for the UCS, maybe. But, anyway. Yeah, great landing gear, great design. I just wish they folded up. But, you got another cannon on the bottom. It's pretty much the same. It's another quad laser cannon. You can aim it. And it's nice. Another complaint I'll get to in a little bit. But yeah, the only other complaint, great design. And it actually barely hugs the ground. Like, it's very, very close to the ground, which I find kind of interesting. But yeah, that's the bottom. And that's the outside pretty much. Sorry, I talked your ear off, but there's a lot to see. There's a lot to talk about, with especially this one, because there's so much like sand detail. There's just a lot of rusted, like a lot of character on the top. There's just a lot of weathering. That's the word. A lot of weathering on the top of this, which is great because the Falcon is very old. By the time by the time we get to this movie, so works for me. Let's take a look at the inside, which is my favorite. That's partially the reason why I got this, is because there's so much stuff on the inside. I mean, I love that. There's just so much going on. Actually, one more thing I wanted to mention. Actually, you know what? We'll get to that later. So how this opens up is really cool. Essentially, all of this can hinge, so it just like opens, which is so cool. I wish more sets did that. I think they're starting to make more inside features for ships, which is great. Um, Essentially, you can just do whatever you want. Like you can pull all of this down. All of these panels kind of just lift all up. So look at that. It's so good. Like it's a little bit tedious. Like you could say, like opening every single panel at it's a tiny bit tedious. But you know what? Whatever. You got this large section which can just hinge out of the way. These can go out of the way. So there. Look at this. There's so much going on the inside. It's so good. There's so much like junk and crap and like piping and like boxes and dirt and it's so good. They really designed this very well. There's so much. I have never had a Falcon before, so this is honestly kind of awesome. As a kid, I've always wanted one because it's the Millennium Falcon. Who doesn't want one? It's like every kid's dream to have one of these. And yeah, I never got one because they're pretty expensive. Like they're just in general very high price, which is fair because there's a lot of pieces, but it also means you have to pay more. So it is what it is. Regardless, here's the inside. There's a lot of good stuff going on. I guess we'll start over here. There's just like a little box, and there's a little chair, and you've got a sticker on the wall. It's a little hard to see, but there it is. It's got like a little console. It's kind of like the main console where Han would sit, and you can put anyone in there, but you know, you got some railings on the ground, just like random pipes and stuff on the ground. A lot of good space. This is probably the best ship that I have that has the most usable space. There's just so much walking room. Like there's just so much space, which is great for something like this. You could probably, looking at this, you could probably fit 15 figures in here. Yeah, probably. Because there's some hidden stuff. Anyway, yeah, there's this is probably the most iconic part of this whole thing, is the Dejark table. Again, it's hard to show you this because it's so big. But here is the Dejark table. It's got a lot of cool stuff to it, hopefully. Hey, let me just give you a closer look. There's that. You can see the chair. It's like one big couch with lots of stickers, but you can see there's a little console over here, and you got the Dejark table, which in this case it's a shield, actually. It's like printed. It's really cool. And you can put a couple figures having a little battle on there. Really cool. You've got a hallway leading to the back, which looks great, of course. And that actually hides a smuggling compartment. So if you want to take a fig, put them in there. There you go. And then you can hide them away. Although it's kind of annoying because if you put a figure in there, they kind of rattle around when you're flying in it. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but whatever. Great little feature. I love, that's probably my favorite feature, is like the hidden compartment. It's so cool. And it matches the film pretty well, or just the design. And on the other side here, we've got beds. I think these are actually supposed to be medical beds. The medical bay. Because Chewie he kind of lays down after he gets shot by one of the gang members. So that's kind of cool that you have like a couple beds. You got like a box of random stuff. You got like a hammer just sitting randomly on a table. Again, more piping. You've got a wrench, and you got a couple ladders, and there is some antennas, which is kind of cool. And there's another box. Again, more piping, more piping, more pipe. There's so many pipes. There's like a ginormous pipe over here. And this is actually the best part. I think the best detailed part of this is the hyperdrive, which is iconic. It's very important to the Falcon because if you don't have a hyperdrive, then you're pretty much just going to get shot out of the sky. So, yeah. Not really, but, you know, it is what it is. 3 great stickers. Got a couple grills, some nice, you know, details on the sides. Really cool. I like the pink of the design. It's very accurate, very cool. And over here, again, we got more boxes, more random stuff. You got like studs. And over here, we've got the landing ramp, which I'm obsessed with landing ramps. Like, I built them into all of my ships. I don't know what it is. It's just kind of cool to me. But you've got this landing ramp, which if you push down, will let that slide down. Unfortunately, you'll see the problem with this. Because the landing gear is so kind of low to the ground. You can see the gun there, too. It doesn't really let you put a figure, like, it's too low to the ground. The Falcon needs to be higher up because, look, Rey's trying to get in there, and she can't really, she can't really go in there. She has to like bend down. Like, it's kind of awkward. Okay, we've all know this. It's pretty awkward. So you either have to build up the landing gear or just not use the ramp. So it's kind of lame. Yeah, Rey's ticked off now. So yeah, I don't. It's good that there's a ramp, but it's, I don't know. I feel like they just should have designed that a little better. But the ramp's cool. You can get in there, in and out. Yada yada yada. Anyway, other than that, just kind of a lot of just space to put figures and do stuff. You got this detail right here, which is nice. It's kind of like an illusion to the shaping for the cockpit. And I mean, that's really it, other than like some like clips on the wall, just a lot of, you know, grills and stuff. And on the top, we have another feature, which is the gun, of course, which I mentioned earlier. There's actually a sticker I forgot to show you. It's this nice you know, windscreen piece, which is really cool. And you got another sticker right here. It's like a half sticker, which is interesting. But actually, what you can do, you can actually rotate this, and this whole section lifts up. And you can actually get in there. And it's kind of an empty space. Like, there's not much going on in there, but there is one thing you can do. You can take this whole section out, and it's this, like, gun, like, turret. It's this gun sled. That's the way you could describe it. So essentially, what you could do is take Finn. I like to put Finn on this, but you can put anyone on there. And you can slide them down in there. And boom, there you go. And Finn can man the bottom turret. Someone can man the top one. It doesn't really matter. But, you know, you could just put whoever you want in there. Or you can just leave it empty. So that's cool. And it's actually just, it has a couple, you know, red red connector things. And you've got just, it's kind of an empty space, but you've got this sled just kind of sitting in there with gravity, so that's cool. You got 2 pins holding it in there, so that's kind of nice. Close that up. And I think that's the last feature. I want to say that's the last feature. I believe. Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. Wow, that's embarrassing. We haven't talked about the cockpit. The cockpit is probably the disappointing part for some people. Not really for me. I don't mind it. Since this is a playset, it's not really meant to be this gigantic collector's item like the UCS. So you got the cockpit. It's connected with really just a few studs. You can just lift this whole thing off. It's got like a great glass canopy with this other section. It's really nice, very rounded. Just lift that up. And you got space for 2 figures. It looks like there's only space for 1, but you can fit 2. So, you know, if you wanted to put Han and Chewie in there, if you wanted to put Rey in there, I put Rey in there because she pilots this for most of it. But yeah, you can put her in there. You can put pretty much, you have to kind of like, it's kind of cramped, okay? It's pretty cramped. You've got like 1 spot and then 1 spot next to whoever's piloting it, which I mean, it's definitely cramped, but it gets the job done. There's some nice detail on the behind the seat, so that's kind of cool. And there is one sticker right there, so that's kind of nice. And I find it really hilarious that the Millennium Falcon apparently is like you can fly it with just a single like stick. It's so dumb, but it kind of works. Like it's really silly. I think Lego was in on the joke. Like it's really funny. I don't know. I just find it really silly. But yeah, you can have Han, Finn, whoever you want pilot it. You can even have the pirates fly it. So that's cool. Other than that, there's not really too much else that this will do. I mean, it's a big set. You got a lot of features. You've got the shooters, you've got the cockpit, the gun turret, obviously the ramp, you got the compartment, and just a lot of detail on the inside. That's very impressive. If you compare this to the 2011 inside, it's night and day. There's just so much more stuff going on with this. Just the coloring's different. Just the design is pretty similar, but there's enough going on to where this I think is much better. I honestly prefer this Falcon to the new one, the newer one, the 2019. Mainly because of the figs. I like the figs a lot better. When I purchase a set, I want good figs, like figs that I want and figs that I care about. And this has some of the best ones, like these pirates. And you've got like Rey, Finn, Han. Old Han is a highlight for me. And then you get Finn, who I didn't have before, so that's cool. And yeah, BB-8 I also didn't have, so a lot of these figs I did not have, so that's kind of nice. And yeah, let me close this up. I think I showed you everything that you wanted to see. As I bang the antenna. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of great stuff going on. I love the design. It's very cool. So I messed that up. And it's just a fun playset. Like, it's just a great model to look at. And it's got a nice weight. There's a lot. It's a hefty model for sure. Like, I guess one of my complaints is there's no handle. I would have liked, like, the Slave 1, for example, that I talk about endlessly on this channel. That set has a handle built into it, like on the back, which is just so genius. It's perfect for that set. Because it's a weird ship. But the Millennium Falcon, you kind of would expect there to be a handle, like something for you to hold it. Unfortunately, you can't. There's no handle unless you like build one. So I like to hold the Falcon from the side like this. Like, look at this. It's so powerful. Like, it's very sturdy, remarkably strong, which is great because this is a lot of pieces. So, yeah. Great design, great stickers. It matches the movie perfectly. Like, just the amount of detail on the top and the inside, and the figure selection is excellent. I would say, I guess I would complain maybe that there would be one more fig, but I'm just greedy at that point. But yeah, great minifigs, great design. I love the shaping. It's very round. They kind of cheat a little bit because we got a lot of sections on the bottom and they kind of wrap around. So it's fine. It's very nice. I'm normally not a huge fan of Star Wars sets because of the gray colors. Like, a lot of them are gray, light gray, dark gray, black. There's there's not a lot of interesting colors. But for this one, there actually is. So like a lot of the dark red, tan, dark gray, of course, just, it's supposed to be this color, so it doesn't really bother me. But, I'm happy to finally have a Falcon. I've never had one because of the price of them. They've just been very expensive, which makes sense. It's probably the most iconic Star Wars thing to ever exist, if I'm being honest. It's everyone loves it, right? So I was looking through the different Falcons and I'm like, the 2015, that one, I don't have any complaints. It's perfectly accurate to the film. It's got a lot of lovely colors on top and a lot of great, like, just details to make it look old, which is great. It's really nice. I remember it being a big deal when it came out in 2015. I think it came out before the movie. I think it was like November, and it was a big deal, big because it we hadn't had one for a little bit. So it's my favorite Falcon. I know that it's not the best. Like you can see the gaps. You've got. Um, I'll probably go over this. It's a very brief con. The guns up top. I'm not a huge fan of how easily they swivel. I don't know. I feel like they could be a little bit tighter, because you got the pieces are like the swivel parts. I think it's like 2x4 or whatever. And every time you move the ship, the gun swivels, like both of them on the bottom and the top. It's just kind of annoying, but it's really not that big of an issue. The landing gear I wish could retract. I mean, it's it is what it is. It's fine. I mean, maybe you can mod it. Maybe I'll mod it eventually, but it's got a nice look, feel. It's really fun to build. Like you're building essentially a bunch of plates, and you're putting all these sections together, and it's really cool. Um, it's kind of crazy how old this set is now. I mean, it's the 2011 one is even older, but yeah, I'm a big fan. I remember in 2015 my cousin got this set, and I was very jealous because I have never had a Millennium Falcon. I'm not sure if he built it or not, but that was really cool just to see the box and just the packaging. I think it's pretty iconic with the Kylo Ren branding. Really cool. Like all the Force Awakens sets are pretty much awesome, in my opinion. Like they've all aged very well. The film itself is amazing to me. I understand that not everyone likes it, so whatever. Do I recommend this? Absolutely. I actually got it used, but whoever had it before me treated it remarkably well. I think they built it, whoever it was, he or she or whoever built it once, and the dust, they must have just put it on a shelf and just sat it there, because the dust was insane. Like it was just caked in dust, like on the inside especially. So that wasn't fun to clean up, but the price that I got this was awesome. Like only 33 bucks. So, if I just bought it on its own, it would have been 75, which I still would have paid that, because that's a great price. Because this is like if you were to get this sealed, it'd probably be 110, 120, maybe more than that, 140, 150. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air because this is an old set, but just to have a Falcon is awesome. I just need to find a place for this because it's so big. I kind of, part of me wants to put on the wall, probably. Now the question is this my favorite set? At this point, I've had it for not that long, so maybe in the future. I think it's my second favorite Star Wars ship that I have now. I think the Rogue Shadow is still my favorite, just because it's Slave One's gone down, like to three, not because it's bad. Um, I don't know. I just having the Falcon now. The Slave One is kind of small in comparison, but I think the Slave One has better figures. But I think the Falcon is a better build. Um, and the Rogue Shadow is just such a unique set in general. Like of all the Star Wars sets they've done, it stands out in a good way, and they probably will never make it again. So yeah, Rogue Shadow's my favorite that I own, and then Millennium Falcon second, Slave One third, and then some other ones like Grievous's fighter probably will be like four or five. So yeah, great set, a lot of parts, a lot of fun. There is a little bit hard to fly around. I will say it's a little bit hard to you know handle it because it's so hefty, but whatever. Amazing fig. So yeah, I think it's great. Definitely, honestly, I would recommend any of the Millennium Falcons except for the original. That one just didn't age very well. It just looks kind of trash now, but any other version is great. In the future, I'd like them to make one based on Empire again. I know they did one for 2004 or 5 that was based on Empire, but they haven't done one since. So yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think. I'll definitely do a build thoughts on this because I have a lot to say on it. And that's it. This is one of my longer reviews. I apologize, but there's just so much to say for me to talk about. There's just so much to say. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this one. Great set. And now I just have to find somewhere to put it. But that's it. Let me know what you think. Do you have this Millennium Falcon? Do you like any of them? Do you hate any of them? What do you think they should do better? And do you think they have um, made the best one? Like, which one is your favorite? You could say the UCS is one as well. So that's it. 2015 Falcon Force Awakens. Yeah, love it. But that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review. Thanks so much. Take care.